We are live. We are direct with Mariquita Solis. She is a coach for men, helping them break free from fear, living their authentic life with love and security. She helps to align the man within, tapping into both his masculine and feminine traits, helping him tap into the intellect and the emotional intelligence. And if you want to end that inner soul war, if you want to be in peace, if you want to tap into that greater power that lies in blessed authenticity, Mariquita will help. Welcome, Mariquita Solis. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for that kind introduction, Jay.
No worries, no worries. What can you do for men between 40 to 60? And before that, why did you make that slight pivot to exclusively work with those people?
I was affected by shutting down of emotions that men are taught to do as young, tiny little boys. And it kept hitting me hard in the face. So I saw that there was a need for this. And since I was directly affected by it, and since I am a transformational coach and I had worked with men before, women and men, and I really enjoyed working with men previously. So I thought it's time to make the switch. We need it. The world is suffering. We need to get back to this heart capacity, and I can do it. So I'm going to do it.
Amazing. Tell me some of the results you get for your men. Where were they before? Where are they after working with you?
Well, I'll tell you that when I have an uncaged circle with men that come and share their emotions and speak from the heart, where they're not afraid to say, I cried or I feel sad, and these things that they're not allowed to say in typical situations with other men. And after the first one, a man sent me a message and said he was vibrating with energy the whole time during that circle, that it was those emotions being released. So that was powerful to hear that.
No, amazing. This podcast is called She Leads, She Sells. What does sales mean to you? How do you sell?
Well, I don't even like that word, sales, right? Probably a lot of people don't. I think it's really about connection with other people, because when I think about a sale, I think about commodities, right? And I don't want to see a person as a thing or something to get. What can I get from this person? Or, I mean, this is a human being, so I want to have a relationship to see where it's mutually beneficial and to both parties. And I struggled a lot with sales in the beginning, not valuing myself and my worth, and being afraid to ask to get my needs met. But then I realized that was really turning against who I am, and not stepping into the power that I have inside myself, and all the years of wisdom that I have to offer, my schooling, my training, and it's just shutting down myself. So I think it's really about being in touch with the whole self, and speaking from the heart, and letting go of the sales, but from the heart. Where do we resonate here, and is this a good match to move forward in your life and in my life?
Yeah, I think it's intention. Like, what is your intention? Is it your intention to serve? I know sales has got a bad rap. I'm here to reclaim, the part of my mission is to reclaim the word of sales, right? Because sales in itself isn't bad. It's the picture or the connotations behind it. As we know, there's selling is serving, selling is relationship, selling is giving. And so those aspects aren't bad at all. So yeah, thanks for sharing that part. What's your 3-step process? A man comes to you, he's not living his authentic life. He wants to maybe pivot careers or something like that. Tell me what that means to work with that person, and what's your 3-step process to get results?
Well, first of all, we want to see where is he not being fulfilled? What is he missing in his life, right? And where did this come from? So most men that come to me are hurting from relationships. because of the transactions, and it's still transactions in the work environment instead of like when we're a team, we're not focused on transactions. We're focused on working together, right? To create, to grow. And the same thing in relationships. When we let go of this, I give to you and you give to me, and we all come together and we're not afraid to share. We have to be authentic to share from our hearts, like what's not working, what is working, what are my needs. So, I mean, getting in, I mean, for a man, they have to, the first step is knowing about what are your needs. What do you want in your life? And then, how is that not happening? And how can we get there? What needs to be brought in? How can we change behaviors so we have a different, from output, from our input, right? If we're giving transactionally to relationships, if we're buying flowers, if we're just giving compliments, right? What is that producing really, right? Anyone can go to the store and get a thing of flowers and give it when you've hurt your wife or girlfriend's feelings. Now, does that bring connection? Does that get to this authentic part of your heart? Or is that just a way that, a commodity, right? So, no, it's not going to do that. How can we show up differently with authenticity and have those conversations that are messy, scary, and part of life? Because if we're dodging those conversations, we're not going to have authentic relationships. And what that causes is about this 50% divorce rate. Or you can be in a relationship that is flat. It serves at a superficial level, right? I do this for you, you do this for me. I provide, this nice home, and you're in good shape for me, this back and forth. So it's about getting real.
Getting real, like really aligning values, vision, like really doing that inner work.
I mean, most people, if I'll say, "What are you living for?" they don't know. I asked my friend that was a male, he said, "Well, I'm living for the same thing that lady is. She's living to, bring food to her children, right?" And he didn't know how to answer that. And so he said, most of these people here don't know what they're living for. And that was exactly my point. No, people are not, they're just going through the motions and living a flat life that's not fulfilling their soul and pretending. I spent years pretending and acting like I was treating myself as a material possession, right? So in the dating world, here I am. Now, is my hair perfect, right? I don't have any wrinkles on my neck. Let me stretch it out so there's no wrinkles. Let me put on my lipstick. Let me, get into this what society demands of me, right? So I can sell myself. And I don't live like that anymore. I'm not a material object to sell myself. And I don't want anyone to be that. I want the connection to be from soul. Everything that, I'm living from my soul. And I want people to live from their souls as well, whether in relationships with others or relationships with business, soul to soul connections. Because when you live from your soul, the business thrives. People are living and connected on an energetic quantum level, and that causes everything to rise. That business is going to thrive because there's an energy behind it that's not transactional and flat.
Lovely point there. Um, and that's what, we mentioned sales earlier. I believe sales is an energetic exchange.
It's what?
And energetic exchange. Yeah. And so I created 4 different characters around the energies: fearful Fiona, serving Susie, joyful Juliet, and limitless Lara. And so when you were talking about joy, if you are really in joy in your business, you become quite dangerous in a good way, because your business becomes a carnival and people think, Mariquita, like, how are you doing that? Todo bien, muy bien. Like, how are you doing that? And I think if we are trying to follow someone else's timeline, there's always going to be that resistance there. There's always going to be harder, like more resistance, rather than it's like maybe falling in love with someone that your friend tells you to, yeah, he'll be good for you, but you don't know. You haven't, not aligned with you. Might be good for them, but not good for you.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, and our hearts know too. I mean, our hearts have that little brain inside of themselves, inside of the heart, and that brain is working too. And that's all about alignment, right? Who are you going to align with someone? I mean, with who are you going to align with in this world? Now, is if you want to talk about sales, right? You have to be able to let go. You have to know that not everybody's in alignment. Not everybody wants my energy, right? And that's okay. Not everybody's going to like me. It can't be about ego. You have to put that to the side and you have to let the ones show up. When you shine, people will show up. You have to let those shine that you are, let those come to you that you're attracting when you shine from your soul. So it's not work. It's about being authentic, and authenticity creates a powerful foundation in relationships and in business. I mean, we are drawn to that. That's the human element. We can be tricked into like fast food. I mean, that fast pace, these little things without any value, or we can go to the depth of the forest and get that essence of life, that interconnectedness of being. So it's up to us. Are we going to live mindfully and connect with our own soul and get what we deserve? Or are we going to live in this cheap fast food world where we're not getting what we need, we're not sustained, and we're just struggling all the time? And and saying, why don't you want to buy from me? Do you not like me? And what do I need to change now? Now do I need to put on a mask, and do I need to get my hair dyed? Do I need to get, what do I need to do to make you like me, Jay? And I can go crazy thinking about that or wondering, right?
Wow, sorry, I'm just going to clip my fingers because I think some of these insights, this is why you get the 5-figure payments, Mariquita, right? This is
Right.
why this is why the money's flowing your way. And and the listeners are getting this free of charge. Amazing. I can tell you're a world-class coach.
Well, thank you. I love it. I love helping people. I hated myself for years where I didn't know how to get up. I was going through the motions, jumping through hoops, trying to get men to love me, doing all the wrong things, right? Marketing myself in the wrong way. Instead of
Mm,
showing, who I was, it was, what can I do for you? How can I pretend? Tell me what you like. Well, I like it too, right? So it was just so fake. How can you build relationships on a
amazing.
lie? It doesn't work. It might work for a few months, right? But you're not going to have anything deep, and it's going to fall apart because nobody can maintain a lie.
Amazing. Do you have a book?
Right
You have
now,
a book?
I'm
Yeah.
actually working on a book. No, I don't have a book right
We
now. And I
need
have,
that book. We need
I,
that book ASAP. Let me know when it's out. I'll buy it.
okay,
Here's your first customer. So is it out by February, January, February,
we need to hurry. I need to hurry it up, right?
February? I want it. February. Is that a deal? Is that a
That
deal or
sounds
not?
good. Yeah. Okay. Yes, that's a deal. That's so
Yeah.
funny because I was gearing it towards women, but now I'm going to gear it toward. It's kind of flip it. I've had a lot of, you know. Yeah,
But here
I
it
see
is.
yours.
Here it is. I mean, I've got a song with a friend of mine, Ozin, and the song goes, we've got the masculine, we've got the feminine, forever we unite in one love. I've got the feminine, you've got the feminine, forever. So we've all got these elements of masculine and feminine energy. It might be 20, 80, 40, 60. But we can't say, hey, you're a man, just being your masculine. Or you're a woman, flow, flow, flow. It's a mixture. So we cannot, like, in order to walk, we need left and right, coordination, right? We can't just say, on the right hand side, we fall over, or on the left, we fall over. So that's the way I see it, that we got both. And I think your magic is gender neutral. Anybody can benefit for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And I felt boxed in. Like I've been told before, you're not feminine enough. And I think, what are you talking about? I'm very, very soft. I'm an
You are
empath, and so that person was judging me on my physical appearance, right? And it didn't have anything to do with my soul, because I am very sensitive. But And you know, a lot of people don't want to say that sensitivity is seen as weak, softness is seen as weak. Well, I'm sensitive, I'm soft, and I'm an empath, and I'm very strong. I'm a leader, and I lead because I am soft. I'm able to connect with other people because I feel what they feel, and don't. I don't hide from those feelings. I acknowledge it.
Amazing. Tell me, I see you this time next year. What would have made it a great 2026 for you?
Wow. You know, I think if what will make a great 2026 is right off the top of my head, if I'm just vibrating at a higher level, that I've gained more peace in my life, able to handle and be more resilient with everyday challenges, right? So I think it's just about inner growth is where I want to be. And that brings everything. I mean, it's all a circle, right? Everything is transformed when we transform ourselves. So everything rises.
Amazing. Tell me, how can they get in contact with you? Who are you looking for specifically? If you lay that out.
Yeah, I'm looking for men that are age 40 to 60 that are struggling, professional men that have everything and they have everything on the outside, and they just don't know how to satisfy their soul, or they feel empty and hollow and the relationships don't work and they don't know why. That is who I work with, and it's info at uncaged-heart.com is the email, and uncagedheart.com is my webpage, and there's all the links. I have a circle for men, a free circle where they can come, and it's a safe, courageous space bi-monthly. So I have things, and I have a podcast also. So where my last guest was wonderful. He was incarcerated and talked about, I mean, for dog fighting, and he spoke from his heart. It was powerful. So I love doing this and meeting men like you, Jay, that
Yeah.
realize there's a balance, right? It's not just, oh, all masculine or all feminine.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing. Probably the best episode out of the 80 that I've had. Fantastic insights. Fantastic coach. Muchas gracias, señorita. And adios.
Thank you so
Muy
much.
bien. Todo bien. Oh my words.